What's up, all my beanie weenies, and welcome back to a whole brand new episode of Sims 4 Love Island. Alright, and of course, I am going to be your one and only host, Hot Dogs. And when we last left off on Monday, we introduced two brand new girls to the Love Island villa to spice things up. And we have the punk rock, kind of moody, creative painter, jealous, angry girl, Vivian. And then we have the sweet country, goody music lover, songbird, Aurora. And they came to spice it up, and they did that exactly. Both of them tried to steal Alana's man away from her, and Aurora was kind of successful. She ended up hooking up with Garrison. Meanwhile, Vivian hasn't hooked up with anyone, hasn't been too successful. And I think it's kind of getting to her. She seems a bit upset. She seems a bit down. But the two girls today are going to come out. We're going to line everyone up. And they're going to take two boys on a special little date with them to an island nearby. And they're going to spend the day together with that special someone. And hopefully sparks fly and we can get them a connection. Because on Friday's episode, they're going to have to steal a man from two of these ladies. And two of the ladies are going to be sent packing. So in order to do that, they need to start building real relationships. Alright, so the way we're going to do this is actually going to be pretty simple. It's going to kind of be like a normal recoupling. So they're going to come out here, we're going to look and see what their relationships are with all the people, and then whoever they have the highest relationship with is going to be the person they pick to go on a date with. So we're going to go through and we're going to look, and we actually see that Vivian is closest to Joffrey. We did see that he's kind of the only guy that she's really talked to in the house. So it's really no surprise that she picks him. And then Aurora is going to go ahead and pick Garrison. They've been flirting, they've woohooed, and I can't wait to see Alana's reaction to that. Even though Alana has been cheating with Cole, who's currently with Parker, I need to create like a map of Sims and draw them all together, because all these names, all these Sims is going to get confusing. To the people that can follow along, kudos to you. Because this is a mess, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to send these four on a nice romantic date. And while they go off on this romantic date, Alana and Isabella are left wondering if they are going to have a boyfriend when they come back, or if they need to start packing and get ready to leave on Friday. So as you can see on the walk there, Vivian is not having it. I mean, her head is so low, she's pretty much bent completely over. She's really upset, I'm guessing about Garrison, but also just her not having a lot of luck with many other guys around there either. And even though she does have a date with Joffrey, it doesn't seem to be making her any happier whatsoever. But we're going to get all four of them to go on a nice boat. We're going to go over to a separate island, and they're going to be able to kind of get away. They're going to separate into two different dates, and we'll see how they go. I mean, hopefully it is successful, and hopefully Vivian ends up having a better date than she thinks she's going to. I feel bad that it's like her first full day in the house and she's already this depressed. That seems to happen to a lot of them. But love can be pretty depressing, I guess. So here they've arrived on the island, and let's see what kind of shenanigans they get into. I do have to give you a little bit of a warning. I feel like this episode's going to be a bit more of a machinima. The dates are very romantic. They're very serene. I got a lot of beautiful shots in there, so there's going to be a lot of that, but honestly not too much action. So we'll see this little romance movie version of these dates, and hopefully they go well. Let's see. Alright, so the first pair we're going to focus on is going to be Joffrey and our sad girl, Vivian. I want to see if Joffrey can, make some good jokes, lighten up the mood, and see if he can get her happy again. It's going to be a long walk to the beach, but that's where they're walking to. And Vivian is not walking with him, and Joffrey is not waiting for her. I mean, he takes off on a full sprint towards the beach, and she's still sauntering like a moody teenager all the way down there. I love this island. It is in Brindleton Bay, where I have the villa house at right now. It kind of gives me that northeastern US vibe, which I felt was kind of closest to the UK. We do end up going to Windenburg too, and those are the two worlds I mainly focus on, as I felt like it was the most UK to me. And this is more so a recreation of Love Island UK. But as you can see, Vivian finally gets to the beach. It's so pretty, it's so cute. And her and Joffrey finally start talking and making jokes, and they actually do start getting along, which I'm not surprised that. They had a small connection before, obviously. That's why she picked him. And I'm not surprised that Joffrey is able to, push off her bad attitude and lighten it up and have fun. I mean, you're at the beach. How is it? It's not hard to have fun there. So he doesn't have a really hard task ahead of him in lightening up Vivian's mood. But hopefully they can both get flirty, and hopefully this doesn't turn into a friend hangout and more into a date. So he's actually being super sweet. I think Vivian's just completely venting to him, letting him know. I mean, this is the first person she's really been able to confide in, and I feel like she really does feel like she has a genuine friendship with him. So he's comforting her. It's actually working. Sometimes when you comfort a sim, they don't like it. She's into it. It really is making her feel better. How can you not feel better when you're on a beach with a really nice, funny guy? I don't know, but it seems to be working, and he finally ends up comforting her, and they're able to actually just joke, flirting, and have fun. So I'm really surprised the flirting is going so well. They are such a weird, odd couple, but I weirdly get it in the situation. I think on the outside world, they wouldn't have found each other. They wouldn't be a couple. But with everyone's chemistries, with the way that Vivian isn't really responding to any of the other guys, and how Joffrey is really the lighthearted, fun, nerdy guy that she's able just to focus on personality with, even though he is really cute. I think that does help. They're able really just to see each other and not be so distracted by the 8-pack and the big boobs and all of that. And they even start exchanging numbers, and they both seem really excited about the future. And the state has made a complete 180, which I'm so happy about. I went into it hoping that Vivian wasn't going to ruin it for herself, and that wasn't the case at all. And as you can see, they finally have their first kiss. So I'm so excited for them. I really hope this goes somewhere. We'll have to see what that means for Isabella, if she's going to be sent home, or if she's able to get Joffrey's attention again, really commit to that relationship and really build it. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter who's necessarily hooking up with who. It's who has the biggest relationship. The birds are happy. The birds are loving it. They're cheering it on. And I'm glad that this date has gone successfully. So we have our first potential couple and Vivian's first romance, and it is with Joffrey. So we're gonna have this nice, beautiful, slow pan out into the ocean, and we're gonna go check out the second date that's going on in the island between Aurora and Garrison. This one should be doing a little bit better, considering that they've already hooked up and woohooed with each other, but who knows. The sunset on this island looks amazing. So both Garrison and Alana, they were having some cool time in the building with some AC. And they decided to leave and they decided to go to the lighthouse to go up there and enjoy the views and enjoy the sunset, because it is, again, beautiful. They take the little hike up the hill and they go up there. And then as soon as they get up there, I think it's going to be a nice romantic getaway for the two of them. I'm really excited to see how that goes, especially since the first date went so well. And then Garrison just decides to leave. They get up to the lighthouse. As soon as they get up there, poof, he decides to head back home. And she's just left alone up there by herself, stood up on the date. So this date was surprisingly a fail. I was so surprised that the date I thought was going to be a fail ended up being a complete success. The date that I thought was going to be a complete success ended up being a complete fail. So, since that was a fail, and the date between Vivian and Joffrey is still going along so well, they decide to make their way up to the lighthouse. There's not going to be a nice, cute double date for them. Instead, Aurora is going to have to stand there, enjoy the views by herself, and watch as Vivian and Joffrey make out at the top, enjoy the views, and then end up going into the lighthouse and woohooing. So Aurora's standing on this lighthouse. The whole lighthouse is going to start shaking, and like roses and stuff are and hearts are going everywhere. The light's going crazy, and she just has to watch as Garrison walks to the boat and sails home by himself, and she's left there stranded. After they've already hooked up, I mean, what mindfuck. Like, I don't know what Garrison is thinking ever. He's either really horny and into everyone or crying and ditching them. So who knows? I'm really happy that at least this relationship between Joffrey and Vivian is going off. I feel bad for Isabella. What do you guys think about that? Who do you prefer Joffrey with? Did you see him getting with Vivian? And what do you think about Garrison and his bipolar ways? He's always feeling one way and then changing it and going crazy. What do you think is wrong with him? Who do you think he's really into? Let me know below. All right, and this is kind of just a little bonus clip, but after this nice little fadeaway shot, I go and try to make the three of them go back to the house, and it says I can't go while a sim is dying. So I start freaking out. I'm like, who is dying? Is that why Garrison left? Is Garrison dying? Is one of my sims dying? What is going on? No, it's just some random townie in that little lighthouse house. I don't know what that's called. The little museum they have. Random townie died, and I just had to watch them die. So I decided to record it. R.I.P. to this guy. Hope he's doing well in heaven and hell, or hell. That was going to be like a really cool line, and then I totally had to stumble over that and mess that up. But whatever. I stutter a lot. I stumble over my words all the time, so it's no big deal. Whatever. But these dates were crazy. These dates went completely different than what I thought they would go. I want to know what you guys think of them. If you guys think that either of these couples are substantial and if they are going to recouple on Friday. And of course, stay tuned, subscribe, hit the bell. That way on Friday you get that notification and you watch the new episode because there will be a new recoupling and 2 girls are going to be sent home. And then, of course, I have a few other surprises waiting because as soon as some people leave, others will enter. And who knows what I have in store. But always remember to subscribe and hit the bell. That way you can be the latest to check it out and get all the news and gossip. I'm so excited to see what you guys think of this episode. I don't know why I took such a huge pause. Whatever. I love you guys. Leave me hate in the comments below. I'm a really lonely wiener who needs attention and a big ego. And I'll see you guys on Friday for the recoupling. Bye.